Live from the Freeport bubble, it's time for Hofstra Pride Ice Hockey. Today, it's more than just a game, as the Pride hosts Pink the Rink Night against the New York Collegiate Hockey Club. Hello, everyone. Welcome into the LI Sports Network. My name is Ian Binky, alongside my broadcast partner, John D'Souza. John, this is so much more than just a hockey game. Tell us all about this foundation that they're working with and just this cause.
I mean, yeah, it's a great foundation, great cause. I have a family member of my own, my mother actually, who suffered from this type of cancer and luckily was a survivor. So it hits pretty close home. It hits close home to for a lot of people, and this organization just trying to bring awareness to, you know, the cause of breast cancer, and it's just a very, very great cause to be playing for tonight as we get two New York teams after Hofstra took on Stony Brook.
Yeah, it's partnering with the Mena Singer Foundation. Proceeds from T-shirts and all the ticket proceeds tonight as well going to the Mena Singer Foundation. But yeah, we turn our focus to the ice and this Hofstra Pride team. Tough slate of action last weekend, dropping a really close one to Sacred Heart, but then going to Stony Brook, falling down early thanks to 2 power play goals by the Seawolves. Really got down early and had a hard time getting back into it.
They were down 2-0, and then in the first period they get one back late by Jordan Cox, and then they followed up with an rather, I guess you could say, early second period goal from Christopher Della Panino. And then, of course, Hofstra gives up the final 2 goals of the game, and a much closer game than they had against Sacred Heart. Although that game, was stretched pretty far-fetched from them, they came close quite a couple of times, and of course they're going to try to redeem themselves today. And of course, Mike Sikora starting in net for Hofstra tonight. He made 48 saves last game, a .923 save percentage. I mean, he was incredible. He's been incredible all season. Unfortunately, Hofstra, yes, they did start out 4-1, but dropped their last 2 games, albeit to close scores. And this is a fresh minted Division II team that they're up against tonight.
Yeah, facing off against the New York Collegiate Hockey Club. Now, if you tuned into their games last season, they were, of course, closely affiliated with Columbia University, the Lions, but here now just donning the plain blue jerseys. You know, it almost looked like practice jerseys of sort, but you know, Hofstra has to take this seriously. This is a very competitive club with some really experienced players on their team.
Yeah, I mean, Hofstra is going to have to play. I like how they played last exactly a week ago today against Sacred Heart. You know, a lot of great pinches, as I mentioned, a lot of very tough forechecking against a very tough Division II team. Hofstra has been relatively successful against Division II teams this season before dropping to Sacred Heart. Of course, you talk about Paul Smith's College and Salisbury, both teams that went to overtime that Hofstra took victoriously. And that Salisbury game, boy, was that one for the ages. Drama-filled, back and forth. Hofstra comes back from 6-4. Of course, that was quite a few games ago, but Hofstra can do it. They proved this season that they could play against a team up a division from them, and I think they could do it again tonight.
Yeah, of course, that Salisbury game, what a great way to open Hofstra Ice Hockey here on the LI Sports Network. But now the Pride looking to get back in the win column against NYCHC. You already previewed a little bit about the starting goalie matchup. Hofstra Pride turning once again to their rock and Mike Sikora. 4 games this season, a 2-2 record with a 3.49 GAA, but he's looked really good in between the pipes.
Yeah, I mean, he really has. We saw Spiro Markolis last week on Friday. He looks pretty good, although, unfortunately, did allow 8 goals, but nevertheless had to make some really tough saves, and Sikora was very instrumental. He was the main reason that the game was only 4-2, that Hofstra had lost, and he won. Sikora won his first 2 starts this season, and then unfortunately dropping off the next 2. Again, very close games, but it's going to be he's going to have to keep playing his game. He's going to have to, again, stay in great position. He's going to need to rely on his defense to stay really good in front of him. Hofstra, like I mentioned last Friday, they're going to have to play a good, even puck possession game if they can, if they want to at least keep the puck hemmed in the other end. As I said, a good offense can lead to a really good defense.
Then on the other side of things, the NYCHC club. We're just going to call him Columbia at times just for simplicity's sake, but they go to Ryan Taviter, who gets to start. He's the only goalie here dressed up for Columbia, so he was always going to start, but he is the opening night starter here for the Lions. Not much information on him. In fact, nothing on his Elite Prospects page other than he plays for Columbia right now. So we're really getting our first look at this netminder, but how can Hofstra break through and try to get to him early, get in his head?
I mean, again, I like what they did last week. Even though the puck possession game went back and forth, Sacred Heart was really good with their finishes. Of course, you know, the cliche, bodies in front, pucks on net, and that's what they were doing. If you recall in that third period, Hofstra was trailing 3-1, and then they were just throwing pucks on net. They were playing very dirty hockey, as I mentioned, and that was what started getting them the goals that they really needed in a near comeback win. They're going to have to do the same thing here, and, you know, even though they're a tier below, they could still, again, they've proven they could punch a tier up. And as for Columbia, of course, they have to be a little bit nervous considering Hofstra is a team that will get in your face, and the goaltending matchup, I mean, he's going to have to be a little aware and not feel too safe when his team has possession of the puck, whether it be behind the net, whether it be in front. He has to be aware that this team is going to chase, and that team being Hofstra is going to chase. They're going to pinch. They're going to make it as hard as it can. They're going to try to force as many turnovers as possible as they did. That was basically their ingredient to a very close game last time.
Well, don't go too far, folks. Puck drop between the Hofstra Pride and NYCHC coming to you right here on the LA Sports Network right after this break. Welcome back here to the Freeport Rec Center. Ian Binky, John D'Souza on the call on the LI Sports Network. John, just about to get things going. Final thoughts before puck drop.
Well, I think Hofstra has a good chance at this one. They played quite their fair share of Division II teams here. And like I said before, they proved victorious in their first 2 games. They're getting off to a much better start than last season. Everything's shaping up for them this season. As we mentioned, this is our first look at Columbia. It's going to be very interesting, but especially on home ice, I think Hofstra will have a pretty good game ahead of them.
With Columbia moving from the ACHA now to the AAU this season. It's our first game, branded as the New York Collegiate Hockey Club. They're in here to face the Pride. Pride donning their pink the rink jerseys. Pink numbers on pink jersey. That should be fun for us. Going up against Columbia in the blue with white numbers.
And the guy, it seems we got Matt Matarazzo taking it. He is the leading point scorer for Hofstra. 13 points this season so far in the season, and ranking top 9th of all players in the AAU of the league.
Matarazzo in to take the draw against Johnny Cotton. And Matarazzo wins the draw, but Cotton races to the puck, stealing it along the far side boards. And this one sent around into the zone by Cal Robinson for NYCHC along near side. That takes a tip out of the zone. Hofstra able to go on the attack.
This is where they're dangerous. They started off dangerous and they finish. Hopefully they don't get sleepy in the middle period.
Coming back the other way are the Lions of Columbia. Bringing it in is Avizov. Comes around now to the blue line. Pinned there by Rohil Saberwall. Back round to the blue line. Battle for the puck taken away by the Pride. Here comes Matarazzo on his forehand. Finds Van Aaron. Van Aaron dangles. Backhand shot. And getting a piece of that was the goalie, Tveter.
Made that look easy. That was a backhander. A little bit of a floater. Looked like Van Aaron tried to go far side, but Tveter made that look really easy. It almost looked like it went in.
Hofstra sends this down, takes a tip off the defender's stick. No icing as Naiman cannot complete the puck to stick maneuver. Jordan Cox around the boards. Looking to get it in deep. Big hit there on the end boards. Pride fighting for it, far side. Del Panino keeps in. Chris Del Panino down low, looking for Cox. He can't hold it. Now Columbia bring it up and out.
Start looks identical to the one against Sacred Heart.
Kinzer, long flip. Gloved aside by Tveter. Columbia bring it out now with Avizov. Brendan Avizov drives in. Backhand pass right in front. Sikora shut off the angle, and now he holds.
That was great speed displayed by Avizov, excuse me. That was really great speed. He was on the ice a couple of shifts, and both times when he is gunning it forward, gunning it straight down, he does a really good job at just forward acceleration, almost like McDavid. I mean, he certainly looks like the fastest player on the ice right now, and he's still on.
Some confusion here for Columbia getting lined up. It was a chance in front that just went begging. Here's a shot on off the faceoff, hits a stick in front. Hofstra trying to clear out of there. Shot goes in. Trickled through some legs, then through the 5-hole of Sikora, and it's 1-0 NYCHC.
Looks like that was Johnny Cotton on the rebound. That was a lot of bodies in front there. Looks like Hofstra had a couple of guys in front there too. That is not easy to track down in front. Not really a savable puck there for Mike Sikora. Honestly, couldn't even really see it.
Yeah, Cotton got the last shot there. He'll get credit for the goal. First goal for NYCHC here in the AAU. And they're looking for more as bringing it back in is Avizov. Here on the end boards, Hofstra trying to get it out. Now they do. Pass bounced away from Yerkes. Brendan Yerkes chasing it down, but Wu Wei sends it around the boards. A couple Hofstra players wipe each other out. Players sprawling for the puck. Now it falls this way.
They were lucky they took Robinson out from Columbia with them, or else that could have been an odd man rush for Columbia.
Brendan Avizov circles back, walks in, goes to fire, takes a poke check from Yerkes, gets a shot away, loose rebound. taken into the corner. Centering pass knocked down. Pride looking to clear. Puck does get out, but falls right back to Columbia. Dumped down, puck rolling. Avizov to it, no icing. Shove to the boards, good check. Now the Pride bring it out.
Sometimes that's the price you have to pay for being a quick skater. Those light touches can put you down a lot easier.
Brendan Yerkes fights to get this out. He heads to the bench. And this is icing, so he has to come right back on. Pride will try to sneak a couple of changes in here.
Well, the puck possession game, I think, belongs to Columbia right now. We've had our heads turned to the right for the most part this entire game. A couple of loose rebounds in front of Sikora. A good defensive play there to not make it 2-0. Hofstra defense getting in the right places at the right time, and Avizov has been everywhere on the ice for Columbia so far.
Early 1-0 lead for Columbia. Johnny Cotton's first of the year. As the Pride trying to find an answer here in the first. Puck moved forward. Nobody knows where it is. It was stalled right on the boards. So now it's moved forward by the Pride. Driving in is Hofstra. Matarazzo around the boards. That's the fourth line to get off. Top forward line out now for the Pride. To the blue line held in by Del Panino. Walk back to Van Aaron. Van Aaron with some time, fires, scores! James Van Aaron beats it glove side, and we're knotted up at 1.
Looks like a really good pinch play there. Again, let's take a second look at that. James Van Aaron, another one for Hofstra. He has done really well so far for them. Look at that pinch again. Off the boards. Time and space just enough. Looks like another kind of screen play. This time that favors Hofstra.
Well, Van Aaron split the uprights between the two defenders and then got it past the goalie's armpits to make it 1-1. Now Pride moving right back in. Van Aaron another shot. This one misses wide. Goalie on his rear end tries to get back to his skates. That'll help as it's played to the far side boards. Here's William Kinsha moving in. Kinsha looks for a pass out in front. Knocked down. Pride coming back the other way. Frank Feza, rather that's Van Aaron. Feza now on the left wing. Feza moving to the top line here in this game. Had been on the third line, kind of a bottom six guy, but his play has caused him to move up.
He's got 3 points in 7 games this season so far.
Van Aaron tries to get it around the boards. Pass cut off. Now moving the other way is Columbia 3-on-2. Centering pass to Avizov. Avizov circles back, closed out by Van Aaron. Now check to the wall.
Good play by Van Aaron. Avizov was dangerous. He had the puck on his stick, and he could have easily deked out Van Aaron, but he played the body wisely.
Kinsha plays opposite corner, allows Columbia to change. Battle for it on the far side boards. Chris Cuolo trying to get it out. Stalls at the blue line. Sent out near side boards. Hofstra able to get it out.
I like that shift from Chris Cuolo. Getting the body involved everywhere, cutting off the boards, and not really looking at the puck, looking at the chest more. That's textbook hockey.
Nicholas Chang played back. Pass does not work out. Pride able to hold it in. Then an aware stick from Chang pokes it out. Chang sends in. He attended Oxford. Played hockey there while in England. Now playing for Columbia as this comes the other way. Here come the Pride. Nice move in, but then sent to the ice. It's a good play, but now a physical play ramping up with Timur Kadyrov.
He just did not want a clean break for Columbia.
Avizov's shot takes a tip from Dylan Kinzer and out of play.
Little extracurricular.
You got to watch that as Pride don't want to fall short-handed like they have a couple times this season. It's come back to bite them, especially in that Stony Brook game we mentioned. 2 power play goals for the Seawolves. The opening 2 minutes and 30 seconds of that one.
You definitely want to try to get under their skin, especially with their big guy Avizov, but of course you want to draw a boundary there.
Loose stick hinders that play. Still driving in. A shot from Kinsha. Getting a piece with Sikora. Now Pride heading through neutral. Devin Roy dumps in. Comes behind the net. Played out right in front. The defender gets to that first. Kinsha near side. Driving in. Gets around a defender. Pride able to get that to the blue line, but held in by Cal Robinson. Robinson back right around the blender. Comes to the boards. Pride bring it out with Roy. Roy, a backhand play. Finds the stick of Jake Rook. Rook to a shot from Roy. It goes wide. Rebound comes all the way down. Pride have to go the length of the ice.
Looks like some fresh legs getting on for both teams right now. They're going to look for that breakout.
Nice back pass. One more to Van Aren. Stick takes it away from him. Now Columbia the other way. Kinshaw off to Avizov. Avizov takes a stick check from Hartshut. Puck finds its way in front. Takes a dangerous bounce off of Sikora, but goes wide.
Hartshut, a good play there to box Avizov out, and again, plays the body. Sikora able to make an easier save there.
Avizov and Kinshaw caught offside. We get a whistle with 12:26 left in the first.
I really like that play from Hartshut. A little bit more of a rush, a little bit more energy displayed by the Hofstra offense. Doing really good balancing the attack here, and now starting their own end.
Pride bring this forward. Chopping puck looking for Feza. Stalls at the blue line, brings up with Matarazzo a shot. Glove save by the netminder Tveter.
Tveter was able to see that one. Again, that first goal that he let up from Van Aren, he did not see that. That one was definitely a lot closer up, and he was able to get his glove in the right place at the right time, almost as if he was anticipating that high glove shot. A lot of right-handed shooters like to shoot that far side on that left wing.
One comes around for Kinshaw, looking to get out. A long pass forward, finds a man. Bring it forward, it's Avizov. Avizov to his forehand, drags around behind the net. Looking for someone to pass to in front, takes a bump. Falls to the blue line. Just keeping that in, but now good heads-up play. Brings it forward by Kadyrov. Kadyrov lays the body, knocks his man down.
Boy, he's been doing that all night so far, with or without the puck. It's amazing.
Sent to the near side boards, falls to Kadyrov. Kadyrov shoots, gets the first one saved, rebounded to the corner. Kadyrov another shot, this time held on to by Tveter.
Wow, Tveter made a great series of saves there. And Kadyrov playing a very physical shift there. Tveter made a couple of great saves. It looks like that rebound found the stick perfectly of Kadyrov right after, and Tveter on his stomach is able to make the save. Although that puck was bouncing, it didn't seem like an easy one to handle.
Shot off the draw, pad stopped by Tveter. Now brought out by NYCHC. And forward is Avizov, takes a shot, bounces off the leg of Kinzer. Now falls into the corner. Avizov behind the net. Back out in front, backhand shot, stick to side by Sikora. Wraparound attempt, it bounces in. And then Avizov, his second goal, rather first goal of the season, second goal for NYCHC.
That most certainly took a deflection off a Hofstra skater. As we take a second look at that, it is behind. I don't think that was an intended pass. And yeah, looked like it took a deflection, actually a friendly deflection in favor of Columbia.
Avizov from Theodore Schulman is the scoring. And he's at 2-1 NYCHC. Big pace in this one offensively in the first. Pass comes across the crease, misses everyone. Del Panino lost off of his stick, comes the other way. Bringing in, that's Wei Wu. A shot, bounces wide. Back to the blue line, played back in, looking for Avizov, bounces away. Finds Matarazzo, flips up, but held in. Nice play by Robinson. Send it opposite corner.
Robinson was just behind that line there. I think he was getting off the bench.
Cotton sends right in front. Avizov's shot misses wide. Long range shot, blocked down, comes down the ice. Robinson has to hustle to retrieve. Robinson, dangerous pass, turned over to Feza. Feza fires, takes a deflection, still bouncing there, falls once again to the Pride. Wrap around, pass right out in front, looking for Matarazzo, missed on the backhand.
What a series. Not done yet, though.
Wraparound attempt, looking wide, passed out in front off the pad. Still there. Van Aren's shot, held on to by Tveter.
What a sequence there. That's incredible. Shot after shot. Turnover, some pinches there. Looks like Hofstra tried to give Columbia a little bit of a taste of their own medicine. Getting behind it, trying to force a shot out in front. And it hit off the pad of Tveter. And maybe they were looking for a friendly bounce there. They're shooting for a rebound.
Pride just keep in for the moment here off the draw. Kadyrov tries to close in. Pass takes a deflection, they move back. Avizov from his own end finds some space. Avizov through neutral into the zone. Head of steam through a couple of sticks, still on the puck. Now passes back. Circling around, driving in is Kinsha. Bump over from Saberwall. Right out in front, spin and a shot from Kinshu. Still out in front, Sakura gets a piece and holds on.
Great series of saves by Sakura back down on the other end as we take another look. Oh, great defensive play there. It's a poke off the stick. Sakura getting post to post really quickly. It's a lot of lateral quad strength getting post to post like that.
Face off to the right side of Sakura. It's a toss up. Now the Pride bring it forward. Pass just too far out in front for Yerkes. Still hustling back for it. It falls to the Lions.
Yerkes still looking for his second goal of the season since scoring the very first goal of the season for Hofstra.
Saucer feed looking for Yerkes over his stick. Comes down, race for the puck. It's won by Columbia for an icing.
Well, Hofstra now really winning the puck possession game here. We had to force the hustle back a couple of times, although it's been a pretty good balanced attack so far by the two.
Got 9:14 left to go in the first. 2-1 lead for Columbia. Puck on the far side boards. Hofstra fighting to get it out. Now it falls to Brendan Yerkes. Yerkes comes in. Reinforcements coming. Gets one on net, stick to side. Now a whistle and a hooking call coming up. Looks like this is going against Columbia, though not sure. We'll wait to see which penalty box door opens.
My attention was on Yerkes. He had good acceleration going, and he just tossed it on net.
So it is a penalty coming up against Columbia. A hooking infraction sends the Pride to their first power play.
And the way this game has gone, Hofstra can very much capitalize on this power play, especially with Matarazzo out there.
Opening draw, one back, but the clearing attempt held in by Van Aren. Van Aren walks the blue line, gives it across. Walking in, it's a shot held on to by Tveter.
He had all the time and space there. Tveter made a good save. Had a couple of bodies in front. Hofstra utilizing that blue line very well. A lot of space there for the Pride. If that trend continues, they could score rather easily.
Face-off taken to the boards. Cal Robinson looking to get it out. Bounced around the boards, up and over Van Aren. It comes down. Pride on the season, executing the power play at a 17% clip, looking to get that number up here. Just bringing forward, here are the Pride. Circle back to Del Panino. Del Panino across to Kinzer. Kinzer passes through. Here's a shot on. Nice setup play, but it goes wide. Maybe getting a piece was Tveter.
Looks like Columbia's puck watching.
Now it falls to Avizov. Avizov short-handed. Tries to go 5-hole, but Sakura denies.
Couldn't get a shot off there. He was trying to handle it the best he could, but that one just drifted off his blade.
Van Aren slices and dices. Del Panino shoots high. Back out in front for a one-timer. Kadyrov shot knocked down. Still loose right there. And it's batted home. Pride tie it on the power play. Looked like Kadyrov got the last whack.
And they were really bound for that. Very great zone entry. They had a lot of cross creases, centering feeds. Tveter did not look like he had possession there. Was stumbling the whole way. And wow, Hofstra, very great Very great effort there as they had the entire power play.
Yeah, good job by the officials to let that play keep going, holding on to the whistles, letting Hofstra finish the play as Casola brings in. Here's a shot, saved by Tveter. Rebound falls out. All tied at 2 here with 7:43 left, but here's Kinshu, rips and scores. They tie it. Now it's not tied. 3-2 NYCHC.
That was really only a matter of a few seconds there for Columbia. And again, although those goals down the wing you might not see too often, you might say that's a stoppable puck, but it really isn't. When you're going that fast and you're carrying the puck, that shot is going even faster than being released.
Oh, dizzying offensive pace. It's 3-2 here in the first. A little bit over halfway through the period. Probably looking to stop this trend. Get one on the board, but keep it there. Move on through. The pass through, looking for Roy. Just bounced off his stick and into the corner. Behind the net, centering feed, looking for a shot from Rook. Sticked aside by Tveter. Chance for a breakout. Oh, a nice lofted pass through to Kinshu. He's in on goal. Here's a shot. Pad stop by Sakura. Rebound falls through. He gets all of this one and eats it up.
Oh boy, his work was not done there after the initial shot. You got to look behind you as well. Sakura did a good job. He was aware that rebound was loose and not any Columbia skaters nearby, but Sakura acted as if there was someone right on the doorstep.
Had to gobble that one up, and he did. The pass finds its way over to Avizov. Knocked away by Chris Cuolo. Scrum forward in the corner. Brought back around by Columbia. Looking to get it back over into a playable position. Here's Avizov. Avizov trying to circle. Still in a battle. Pass right up through. And it went in. Slight delay on the reactions, but the referee comes in and points. It's another goal, makes it 4-2.
Well, I honestly initially did not see that puck go in at first, as it was just
right there.
In and out that quick, yeah.
Avizov second.
It looked like, I was going to say, it looked like Sakura got a piece of that initially.
Tough period for the Hofstra defense, allowing 4 goals here to NYCHC. Now Timur Kadyrov looking to bring it in for more. Shoves his man to the ice as his shot goes off the outside.
Kadyrov really has been a steamroller in this opening period. Again, has not been knocked down.
Nice stretch pass through, right in front. Here's a shot. They score. Nick Currents just pours it on. It's 5-2 Lions.
That was a textbook puck-watching moment for the Hofstra Pride, unfortunately for them. As you can see, a man just skating right in front there all alone. They looked a bit tired there.
Yeah, 2 defenders drawn to the puck. Left Currents wide open out in the front. He made no mistake and slotted it home. 5-2 Columbia. Now the Pride looking for a response. Christian Maurer shoots. That goes wide. Chance breaking the other way. Here comes NYCHC bringing forward Theodore Schulman. Schulman brings over. Tried to pass it off the boards, but cutting it off with the stick is Sakura.
This looks like a very frustrated brand of hockey Hofstra is playing right now. When you start puck watching, when those goals start raining down, that's how you know that it's a combination of maybe some fatigue and some frustration.
Face off to the left side of Sakura coming up. It's one right back to Avizov. He gives off for a one-timer. Kinshu shanks it wide. Falls right back to him. Advances forward, but it's cut off by Maurer. Long stretch pass, trying to find Yerkes. Knocked away. Chop at the puck. Avizov looks to bring in. Caught offside. He has to get back on. Pass through looking for Yerkes. Missed his stick and comes down for icing.
Yerkes placing himself in good position there. That's another trend that a lot of teams like to do. A little bit of basket hanging in order to catch that little break. Though Hofstra once again finds themselves pinned inside the zone. I think the best thing they could do now is hope for at least one late goal before the period ends, because they still got 2 more.
Face-off won by the Pride, brought out by Hofstra. Chance for a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Yerkes rips and fires, he scores! Brendan Yerkes, for the first time since opening night, is on the score sheet. It's 5-3.
That's his second goal of the season. Again, he completely had the first goal. He had the first goal of the entire season against Paul Smiths. And that was a great one there. Again, another shot off the rush. I say, that is not an easy shot for a goalie to stop. And Yerkes had all the time and space. And that odd man rush just absolutely bullets one underneath the glove.
Much needed goal for the Pride, brings it back to a 2-goal deficit, 5-3. Here's a long stretch pass, finds Avizov. Avizov with support from Kinshu behind the back pass. Almost found Kinshu, but he couldn't collect it. Those two just have a great dynamic playing back and forth with each other. Didn't work out that time, but that's something to keep an eye out for.
They're still on the ice.
Yeah, Avizov circles through. He's in on goal. Tries to poke one across. Didn't quite work out, but had a man right there in Johnny Cotton. Pride bring it out this time, just as far as that. But sticking with the play here and bringing forward is Chris Cuolo. Fires that one off the boards. Rebound finds its way out of the zone. Brought forward by Kinshu. Off to Avizov. Fakes a shot. Now fires. One caught the blocker. Another shot comes through. Rebound. Slotted home. Toss the hats. 3 goals in the first period for Brandon Avizov. And it is 6-3.
You saw it from the opening puck drop. I mean, he's looked amazing. He's looked really fast. And here, he was just in the right place at the right time, and no one had their eyes on him. Again, a little bit of puck watching. Of course, sometimes it could, backfire if you concentrate all your attention on one guy, but, it's not even just him. It's a lot of Columbia that's wreaking havoc offensively on Hofstra.
Well, we're still in the first period, 4:24 left, but we've already seen 9 goals, 6 of them for Columbia here. They carry a 3-goal lead in the final 4 of the first, but now brought forward by Hofstra. Here's Matt Casola passing off right in front. Here's a shot, pad stop by Feeder, and it falls into the corner. Circle shot into the corner, more of just a dump there. Trying to get it back to the point to Kinzer, he gets to it. This one brought into the corner, but now taken away up the ice. Good stick there, delays the advance. Fighting forward is Jake Rook. Now finally moved past him, rather that's Cox. Cox fights to get it out to a cheer from the Hofstra bench. This intended pass off the boards goes up off the netting, out of play.
Well, so much for a late goal, as I mentioned before. That was when Hofstra was down 5-2, and while they did get one, but it seems like every single goal they have scored has been immediately countered by a goal by Columbia.
Faceoff comes right to center ice. Devin Roy in to take it for Hofstra. It's one right forward. Nice draw play by Cotton. Now poked away from him. Falls to Roy. Devin Roy right through center. Passes off for his shot. Knocked down right into the slot. Trying to poke it in. Tveer tries to fall on top of it. And the referee whistles down. They say he fell on top of the puck, got the whistle right before it crossed the line.
Gave a little extra shot to Devin Roy there. Devin Roy doesn't mind at all. He led that initial rush to get that chance, and this face-off is something you want to see if you're Hofstra.
Offensive zone draw, chance to pour on the pressure, but it's cleared out immediately by Columbia. Good play off the draw. Set in by Joey Schnatter. Over to the near side. Hemmed in. Down low. Pass right out in front from Roy. Left its way into the corner. Now cleared out by Columbia. Coming forward is Avizov. Seems like he's always on the ice. Here's a shot. Stick save by Sikora. Falls over to Kinshu. Now Hofstra able to get it out for a moment. Kicked into the zone. Fighting for it, but now Avizov brings forward. Brendan Avizov already with 3. Drives around, tries the wraparound. Didn't like what he saw. Just fired one on. Sikora easy. Just redirect aside. Kinshu walks to the blue line. Drives around, still on the puck. Pass through into the slot. Knocked down. Now racing to get it is Robinson. He just keeps in. Now the Pride bring out, but this rolls all the way down, and it is icing.
Hofstra has every man back in their defensive end. They can only afford to have one skater outside of the zone.
And now here's a huge chance to pour one more on for Columbia. Some tired legs out on the ice. We're not allowed to change due to the icing. They've been really good at the faceoff dot tonight, especially in the offensive zone. Avizov's still out there. No, they don't track ice time here in the AAU, but we'd really like to see the numbers on Avizov. The Pride are able to clear this down, and once again, this is going to be icing.
With 2 minutes left, it seems like with the fatigue levels building up, this is the game plan Hofstra might have drawn up. With the first period they had, they might be looking forward to the second period.
Well, you can just tell how tired these skaters are. Instantly won the draw, didn't even try to get it out, just flipped it down, hope for the best. This one sent around the boards looking to Feza, but it's cut off. Pinned right down, shot on by Avizov, still loose in the slot, gotten away, still loose right there, pad stop, another one through, another pad save. So much pressure here, this shot goes off the glass. Fires from the blue line. Wu Wei shot goes wide. Kept in by Naaman. Battle for it now. Finally gotten forward. And a chance for Hofstra 2-on-1. Too much time with the puck. Just so tired was the attacking Schnatter that it comes the other way. Long pass forward. Finds Schulman, who sends to the near side. Cotton drives in. Knocked off. Now the Pride bring forward.
Of course, typically you look to enter the zone before you make a pass like that.
Yeah, Harshut drives in. Intended pass to the slot, cut off by Robinson. Robinson hauled down. Stick check directs it over to Wu Wei. This pass comes down. It's icing against Columbia with 1:05 remaining on the clock.
And if you're Hofstra here, you focus all your energy on this face-off here. Get this face-off win. There's nothing more important than this face-off. Right now, with a little over a minute to go, you get this face-off and anything can happen. You already scored 3. You can do it again.
Offensive zone draw taken by the Pride, but able to clear it out that time is Robinson. He's been really solid on the defensive line as Dylan Kinzer sends around. Van Aaron down low leaves off a pass. Intended shot. Looking for a deflection from Feza. Still found its way to him. Couldn't quite get it to his backhand. Here's Kinzer at the blue line, walks, fires, looking for a tip from Matarazzo. It went too high.
Looks like a borderline high stick there.
Yeah, if it got there, that would have been the question. So now they bring out with Wei Wu. Now bounces back to Kinzer. Kinzer walks in, pass out in front, then one more looking over to the backside. Could not connect. Pass comes all the way out, and now a chance for Cotton, but NYCHC caught offside.
A little too quick for the puck there. Very good play there for Hofstra. As Matarazzo had a point-blank chance in front. Only so much room to shoot, so much room to elevate a puck or force it 5-hole. But Hofstra, again, another close chance at the end there.
Faceoff comes to the neutral zone here, right outside of the Hofstra defensive end. Faceoff won by Matt Casola straight back. Trying to get that out of there. Pinned in by Wei Wu. Directing back to Cotton. Here's a shot. Pinned down and held on to. It's a change in net for Hofstra, as it looks like that's Markoulis in net now.
Markoulis last played last Friday, of course, against Sacred Heart. And he is a veteran goalie.
Yeah,
no doubt he's been in this position before.
Markoulis came in at the 6-minute remaining mark, but this is a nice breakout pass, a shot, that's gloved down. Just getting to the rebound was Tveter, and that puck not quite driven in before the horn sounds. And we head to the locker rooms with a 6-3 scoreline in favor of NYCHC. And John, if you like offensive hockey, that was the period for you. A dominant showing, but Hofstra still had their chances and their 3 goals put behind.
Yeah, I mean, if you score 4 goals in one period, I would consider that high scoring. I would say that's the transcending line, but this is double that and add 1. That's 9 goals in one period. Although one of the big sayings in hockey is the most important shift is not the shift that you score on, it's the shift after you score. And unfortunately for Hofstra, they haven't been able to hold on to rather a tie, a lead, or any momentum after scoring a goal. But they still put up 3. They're still putting up a fight. This isn't a complete blowout just yet, although Columbia is finishing a lot, and they are on the brink of a blowout win.
Yeah, if you were talking about a comeback in this game, Hofstra has to change something defensively to shut down the tandem of William Kinshu and Brandon Avizov. They've just been unstoppable.
And while they're not playing horrible defense against them. They're doing good. They're doing good at boxing them out. They're not trying to let them in front too much. But these guys have really good positioning, not only speed and chemistry, but they're getting at the right places at the right time, and sometimes that on its own is tough to stop. And some of these goals, of course, have been puck-watching goals that Hofstra has been guilty of.
Yeah, hat trick in the first period for Brandon Avizov. 3 goals already. You know he'll be coming out of the locker room looking for more. But for the Pride, they did have their strokes of offense as well. James Van Aaron with the goal, as well as Brendan Yerkes getting on the board, as well as a contribution on top of that from Timur Kadyrov, who really, if you had to highlight one player for Hofstra, he was it. Physical presence and also getting that gritty goal.
Especially if you're trailing in a game like this or you're coming off a loss. So that's all you're thinking about right now. That's all you got to do if you want to maybe strike some fear into the other team, make them think twice before they approach someone. And Kadyrov is someone who's been a steamroller. Like I said, he hasn't been hit down, but he has put a lot of skaters down himself. So he's one that Columbia is going to have to watch out for.
Well, that ends the first period. Teams get some instructions from their head coaches. We'll step aside here, but don't stray too far. Second period between Hofstra and NYCHC coming up on the other side of this break on the LI Sports Network. Welcome back here on the LI Sports Network. Ian Binky and John D'Souza on the call. 6-3 the scoreline in favor of NYCHC over the Hofstra Pride after the first period. John, we're talking off air a little bit about just what Hofstra has to do against a team that looks really fast.
It's defense, defense, defense. I mean, the start is to stop the bleeding. Yes, you allowed 6. You have 2 more periods to go. If you want to come back, it has to start by not allowing any more goals from the opposition. That's just a start, but more on that in a bit.
Face-off initially won by the Hofstra Pride, sent right on goal, stick to side by Tveder. Here on Pink the Rink Night, presented by the Mena Singer Foundation. Pinned in deep by the Pride. Looking to get that one around to the end boards, fighting for it now near side. Clearing this out is Columbia. Got the puck.
Great pinch there.
Yeah, it's still pinned on the boards. Now Wei Wu looks to get it out. Gets it out to the blue line to Kinshu. Now forward to Avizov. And a whistle here behind the play. And it looks like the Pride are sending a man to the box.
And that is the last thing you want against this Columbia team right now.
Referees converging here, made a signal towards the box, but the Pride have 5 men out there. Now they're opening the box for Columbia.
And you know what? Even though if that is the case, and you're a leading 6-3 as Columbia, that might be the last thing you want when you're the opposition as well, because Hofstra was made quick work of their initial power play.
And it looked like one of his teammates was picking up the evidence there. Saberwall called for what I believe was slashing, the remnants of a stick picked up and sent back to the bench. So Hofstra goes on an early power play here, just over 30 seconds into period number 2. They win the draw, but it's too strong, comes out of the zone. They have to reset it. Passed off the boards, looking to Kadyrov. Pass caught in his skates. It allows Columbia to recollect and fire down, nearly onto the stick of Avizov, shorthanded. He'll hustle in, try to harass the Hofstra back checkers.
And he, just alongside the whole rest of his team, have looked unbelievably fast.
Kadyrov passed off, looking to Kasola. Dangles around a few, now moves over towards the far side. Pass to Hartshut. Hartshut holds up far side boards. Chris Cuolo at the blue line. Robert Chris Cuolo holds. Gets a toe of his blade on it, now passes over. He's looking near side, but now it trickles over to Jordan Cox. Cox passes, cut off by Kinshu. Columbia still looking to get this out, and finally able to do so is Johnny Cotton. Cotton ahead to Avizov, shorthanded. He's outnumbered, not outgunned. Gets it down low, circles around. Still shorthanded here are Columbia, as now that one is passed away, gotten right back. Avizov. Sometimes the best penalty killer can be yourself if you have the speed. Now he's finally forced off the puck. Hartshut holds far side, waits for reinforcements, tries to bring to the slot, turned over, shorthanded chance for Avizov. Already 3 goals tonight, looking for one more, but good recovery there and poking it aside.
Looks like that was Kadyrov, a great back check there, great speed displayed, and he was honestly the MVP for Hofstra in that first period.
Is sent down past Chris Cuolo. Out to get it is Markoulis. Long saucer feed, trying to find Hartshut, can't come up with him. As ready to leave the box is Rohil Saberwall. Hand on the penalty box door. This one passed up to Feza. Pass across. Out of the box is Saberwall. Puck still loose. It's now behind the net. Pass back to the blue line. Walking in and firing. Glove save. And then pouncing on top of it is Tveder for the save.
Good, great couple of saves there. Was getting a little worried there for Hofstra initially, as it almost looks like a Columbia power play at one point. As Avizov was able to take the possession. As you mentioned, sometimes the best penalty killer can be yourself. I said that at the beginning of the game, sometimes the puck possession is the best defense. But Hofstra is looking pretty good on the tail end.
Draw sent into the far side boards, right along the yellow paint. Jostling for position, now move forward. Chance for Hofstra, that misses a stick. Comes back to Del Panino. Del Panino fires. That was also a pass looking to the back doorstep. Missed the intended receiver. It comes down. No icing. Hofstra has to collect.
That power play did not look anything like the initial power play for Hofstra.
Passed across to Frank Feza. He's in the zone. Feza over to Matarazzo. He fires. That one caught his hick a little bit too far back. Shanked into the corner. There's a check there. Gets a roar from the Hofstra bench. Long shot. Saved by Markoulis. Rebound. Played into the corner. Player calling for the pass, but now it works its way to Feza.
Matarazzo calling for that. He could have had a break, but that's a very tough pass.
This one kicked over to Van Aaron. Van Aaron spins off a hit. Now behind the net, looking to bring it on. That's kicked away. Appeal for a penalty. Probably not going to get one, as Hartchuk keeps this in, but now able to fight it out is Peterson. Or Robinson, excuse me. Comes into the corner. Taken there by Kinshu. Pride move forward 2-on-2. Make it 3-on-2 after the drop pass. Van Aaron drags, waits to fire, taken away from him, and now a whistle and a cross-check penalty coming up here. And guilty party seems to be William Kinshu. That's a big player to be taking off the ice.
Yeah, and that initial rush started by Hofstra. Started by Frank Feza at the end there. Again, it looked like Columbia was going to have another breakaway or another odd man rush. And Frank Feza with a great dive, just enough to get the puck and not take a penalty at the same time.
Third opportunity on the power play for Hofstra. Puck played back to Jordan Cox. Cox moves around a player, ends up passing forward. Pride have it in the zone, played down low. Over to the near side now, looking to get it to Kadyrov. Stalls over to Hartchuk. To the blue line with Chris Cuolo. Chris Cuolo rips, he fires, and it took a tip, they score! On the doorstep, a deflection from Dan Hartchuk makes it 6-4.
And again, I said you want to get those shots on no matter what the stakes are, no matter where you are on the ice. And they're positioned very, very well over there. You look at that, not much of a screen, not many players battling in front. That seemed to come back to bite Columbia, as normally, even though you risk screening your own goalie, you got to make sure that deflection isn't too easy to be delivered.
And you got to be careful not to give one right back up. Avizov's fired. His shot was deadened. Comes over to the near side. Here's a shot. Wu's shot took a deflection and goes wide. This one played down. Chance right through. Passed over to Wei Wu. His shot. Pad stop by Markoulis. Rebound falls back to Kinshu. Still fighting for it. Looking for a slot pass intercepted. Hofstra bringing forward with Rook. Rook just sends in. It trickles on.
Great shift by Kinshu. In the offensive zone, had 2-3 defenders on him.
Pass looking for Schnatter, just out of his reach, but still in possession. Driving down, looking for a pass out in front. Backhand shot goes wide. Looking to get to the blue line, looking for Aloisio. Delayed penalty coming up here against Columbia. Now the whistle and some pushing and shoving behind the play. But Hofstra will head back to the man advantage here after another infraction from NYCHC.
Looks like the frustration is turning a bit. Hofstra's had 3 power plays. They capitalize on 2. And if you're Columbia, you're kind of regretting this decision right now. Maybe more than kind of, but.
Guilty once again is Kinshu. He was arguing his case with the official, but it's rare that you're going to win that argument as he sits for 2. Hofstra again to the power play, this time Kinshu guilty of roughing.
And he is not a body you want off the ice.
Casola in to take the draw for Hofstra. Slight hold here as they're making sure the scoreboard is correct. 14:15 to go in period number 2. Hofstra just cut the deficit to 2 goals. To the blue line here to Chris Cuolo. He holds, passes over to Cox. Cox back to a shot. Took a deflection, goes wide. Falls to Kadyrov now on the wing. Tried to pay a pass to himself, held in by Chris Cuolo. Chris Cuolo holds a pass on. Shot goes wide behind the net. Pass through, poking at it, waiting for the call. Celebration from the Hofstra bench.
Did that go in?
I don't believe so. No signal from the referee. Hofstra bench still clamoring there. They thought it went in.
Again, it's tough to see from here.
Referees are discussing. Unfortunately, we don't have the high video right over the goal. As the discussion from the officials here still talking things over. And this is a big call, because if they rule this a Hofstra goal, it's now a one-goal game, back-to-back power play goals, momentum all for the team in pink.
Just like last game. Well, last game here in the Dome for Hofstra.
And they signal a goal. Back-to-back power play strikes. No, wait, no. Everyone's confused. Kinshu left the box. Now Coach Kelly wanting an explanation. A face-off still in the offensive zone. The signal initially a point to the Hofstra bench, but I think they were just signaling that they were going to go over and talk to Coach Kelly.
The only guys not confused are the guys on the ice because they knew they were going to take the face-off. Not much celebration from them, more so from the bench.
Shake of the head from Coach Kelly, shrug from the official. Here's a shot off the draw. Takes a tick off of Feeder's glove and out of play. But for Hofstra here, you just have to keep a cool head as some more discussions between the two teams. Can't let that moment get past you a little bit. Let the frustration get to you off the disallowed perhaps goal. Have to go right back at it and work again. Try to get it no doubt in the net.
Hofstra might be down two, but they're very much acting like the winning team right now, and it looks like Columbia, another player, may go to the box.
Well, will they even things up here? Heading to the box. That's another big one to lose. Avizov wiggling the fingers of the officials. They are going to even things up. That's two dynamic players, looks like, that are heading off the ice. Avizov for NYCHC and Timur Kadyrov for Hofstra. So I think you call that one an even, probably coincidental roughing minors. And Hofstra will have a 4-on-3 power play for the next minute 27.
That frees up ice for both teams. Of course, Hofstra may not be tempted to pass too much on a 5-on-3, but of course 4-on-3 is good enough for them as well.
Officials discussing matters once again, this time discussing where the face-off should be. Hofstra arguing it should stay in the offensive zone since that's where the play was whistled down. Initially, looks like the draw is going to be right in front of the Hofstra bench in the neutral zone. Coaching staff still displeased, but they're not going to change the ruling. Face-off coming right outside the Hofstra attacking end. Matarazzo in to take the draw for Hofstra, one back by Columbia. Pass in the skates, falls to Van Aren. Van Aren can't establish, now he does. Chance for James Van Aren, tries 5-hole, pad stopped by Tveter. Rebound fired just wide.
Hofstra's getting the bounces right now. Van Aren got a pretty fortunate bounce.
Here's Wei Wu dumping it into the corner. At the side of the cage, trying to jam it through the pads of Markoulis. Still loose there in the crease. Now taken wide. Puck loose in the slot, deflected behind the cage. Couple players tumbled down to the ice. Puck still there for Columbia. Trying to drive on is Cotton. He fires. That just missed. Now here's a chance for Hofstra. Moving forward with it is Dylan Kinzer. Kinzer takes down low on the glide. Spins, looks for a passing partner, finds Matarazzo. Matarazzo, team leader in goals. Yet to find the score sheet here in the period as that's passed across.
Kinzer is looking for point number 5 on the season. 2 goals, 2 assists so far.
Pass back with room. Here's a shot. Deflected and a goal. Del Panino on the doorstep, and it's a 1-goal game.
We see that one again. I mentioned Kinzer was looking for point number 5 on the season. Great eyes. He had his head up all the way. See the puck slingshot off the back of the net. Great positioning in front there by Del Panino.
Well, Del Panino had a power play strike against Stony Brook last weekend. Another power play goal here for the Hofstra D-man, as now they straighten things out with the roughing penalties, who should still be in the box. Regardless, though, it's a 6-5 game. Hofstra is roared back out of the locker room here in the second period. 2 straight goals from 6-3 down. They're now only down by 1 after Del Panino's goal, assisted by Dylan Kinzer and Matthew Matarazzo.
Yeah, and we discussed in the intermission that this was not going to be easy. This was going to be an uphill battle for Hofstra, but perhaps the hill wasn't as steep as they would have thought it would be, as they have been giving a lot of chances on the extra man.
And here's the thing about those penalties as well. The players who were taking the penalties, Kinshu and Avizov, both off the ice there for those penalties, especially that 4-on-3 chance. And that opened a lot of space in the offensive zone for Hofstra.
And if Hofstra comes out victorious, you can probably point out to those penalties taken by Columbia. And that's one aspect of the game that has remained consistent, as for Columbia, they haven't been very disciplined.
Discussion still ongoing here. Probably to figure out time on the clock for penalties. Should be 4-on-4 in all likelihood here, after the goal took Kinshu out of the box on his roughing penalty. Kadyrov and Avizov should still be serving their minors. So now the officials are telling the head coaches here for both sides what the deal is. Both teams with 4 skaters on the ice. Del Panino's second power play goal of the year has just cut the deficit to 1 for the Pride. It's 6-5 here. Lions of Columbia still out in front. So they're looking for another goal here to get back to that multi-goal lead. Chance to move in for Cotton, denied.
Good play by Harshut, not letting Cotton slip the puck through his skates as he was watching that puck. Harshut was.
Now it falls back to Cotton. Cotton had the opening goal. Leaves back. Here's a chance on a shot. And deflects it up and out of play. Great chance right there for William Kinshu, but it took a tip up and off the netting.
Kinshu did, in fact, hit the wrong type of netting, although it looked like for a second there he had a very good chance to hit the right type of netting. All the time and space alone in front there. I was just thinking to myself that Hofstra is starting to look like the faster, more physical team in this period. But then Columbia opens up that chance right there.
Now some more discussion here. Still getting matters straight with the scoreboard. We'll say there are players running the scoreboard. You know how that can go sometimes.
Yeah.
They're still discussing things now with the box. Well, a certified official in Jackson Chalmers is now in the box, so he should straighten them out and get them straight. Former Hofstra Pride member. Now it's the...
Well, straightened out for both teams.
Yes.
Of course, being a former Hofstra.
But the certified official, he's now a neutral party in this discussion. Face off to the right side of Markoulis. Won by Columbia, and they try to move forward. Both players out of the box, back to 5-on-5 hockey. So all that discussion just for a couple seconds of 4-on-4. Back to 5-on-5, a shot squeezed between the pads of Markoulis.
Going to stop a quick shot in there. Of course, Columbia was down deep. Markoulis had the 5-hole open wide. And, of course, very difficult to elevate a shot there from close in front.
Now here's the X factor for Columbia. They are back to full strength. Avizov back on the ice here as this is sent around. In down low to Kinshu. Kinshu launches a pass across to it first of the Pride, though, trying to clear. Move forward off the official. Might have been a break. It could have been icing. Instead, Hofstra able to get it back in. Held at the blue line. Cox passes down. Here's a shot through. Goes through everyone. Long range shot off the glove. Hofstra buzzing in the offensive end. Tried to fetter a pass through. Instead, held on. Once again, jabbed at by the stick of the netminder. In down low, here are the Pride. Kick through here by Rook. Rook tried to fetter a pass through. Missed all the sticks. Now it falls to Avizov. Avizov takes a crunch, much to the support of the Hofstra fans. Now Hofstra playing catch in their own zone, looking to move forward. Pass through, finds Cox. Cox, nice stick check. Bring forward here. Here's Avizov. Avizov, a drop pass. Here's a shot. Was looking for a deflection through from Kinshu, and it just missed his back-end chance.
Good reverse hit there by Kadyrov on Hinshu.
Kept in here. Here's Kinshu trying to walk in, leaves off to Brandon Avizov. Avizov rips and fires. Glove stop. Maybe that just missed. It's still moving. A huge hit. Play still continues. Now cleared out by Hofstra, thanks in part to a huge hit that knocked down his man.
It didn't look like Avizov got all he wanted on that puck. That might have been at the lower end of his blade. Didn't get all on it.
Here's an icing call. That brings the face-off back into the Hofstra attacking end. As that was a good defensive possession from Hofstra. Take away some of the angles from the high scorers in Avizov and Kinshu.
And Matarazzo out there again, and Harshut. They have some, and Van Aren, one of the goal scorers tonight. They have a good counter unit out there.
And Van Aren vacates the right wing. The faceoff is won by Columbia. Can they bring it out? Feza fights for it. It held in, but now falls out to Cotton. Cotton brings forward a burst of speed. Back to recover for Hofstra as Chris Cuolo poked free. Here's Avizov. He fires. I actually thought twice about it. Got the goalie to bite. Sent right back in. The blue line. Wraparound attempt. Now back the other way for Avizov. Back out in front. Intended shot. Knocked down from Schulman. Hartshut back with it behind his own net. Looking to bring forward for Hofstra. Pass takes a funky bounce off the boards. Now kick forward to himself. Here's Feza. Frank Feza rips and fires. Stick save by Tveter. Then it falls up and out of play.
Van Aren almost offside there on that zone entry.
Yeah, almost, but the timing just right on that play. Shot, though, just beaten by the stick of Tveter. There's a shot off the draw. Shoulder to side, rebound, played back to the point. Lunge to keep that in. Aloisio plays back. He's down in a heap now. Tackle to the ice. It falls to Rook. Rook fires. That one was knocked down before it reached the net. Rook still on it. Taken down by Avizov. Puck now comes back in the Hofstra defensive end. They go back to get their sticks on it. Roy whiffs on that pass, delayed offside here, as Avizov needs to get back on. Allows Hofstra to establish possession. Charging through neutral. Hartshut leaves on. Here's the late offside against Hofstra now. Possession turned over to Columbia. Long pass through. Winning the race is Cotton, no icing. Pass goes off the outside of the netting. It's a mix-up there with Del Panino. Down low, battling for it, falls to Hartshut. Hartshut trying to get it to Roy. Roy fishes it out of there, but now back to the blue line. Pass across, looking that time for Liam Murray. And now a penalty coming up, and tempers flaring. Down to the ice go a couple players. Penalty was coming up to Columbia, but now interested to see if they even things up with tempers flaring.
And that was bound to happen sooner or later. Columbia has taken this game to heart. Of course, so has Hofstra. And that's the only way they've been able to have success against Division II teams. But Columbia very much not happy that they are pretty much, it's been role reversal in the second period, and Columbia's not happy with that.
Well, Liam Murray is headed to the locker room here. He's at least done for the period, if not more. With looks like 8:22 left as the officials now trying to sort things out, telling players not to go in the box, telling certain players to go in the box. Right now it's Aloisio heading in alongside Kinshu. So once again, Kinshu sent to the box. He'll be off the ice for at least the next 2 minutes, if not more.
Hofstra succeeded no matter if they had the same amount of players. Even when Columbia's a man down, Hofstra's had good success, even if it is 4-on-4.
Well, now it looks like they're sending Aloisio to the locker room as well.
It looks like there was an initial penalty called, likely against Columbia, before that whole scrum ensued. Yeah, I saw a player get dumped back
That
there.
was the reason for the whistle in the first place. Then the extracurriculars afterwards resulted in Aloisio and Murray being sent off. So we'll see if Hofstra is the benefactor of a power play after all this. Was wondering if they were going to get instigation, some kind of extra minor there to even things up. But right now, just one man in the box, and that's William Kinshu.
We might have to wait a little while to get that decision. But again, another, like you mentioned, another key player for Columbia that they can't afford to have in the box. And there was it was Kinshu exactly. Is what cost it.
Twice.
Yeah,
twice. Kinshu sent to the box that has resulted in Hofstra power play goals. And that's been one thing that Hofstra has been working on and on again during practice is that extra man working with the power play. They had not found the results until tonight, converting on a couple of opportunities. Now a chance to get on the board again for what would be a game-tying tally.
And they've been awfully well. That practice has very much manifested itself into this game. Not something that's always easy to pull off, but key players for Columbia getting off, and sometimes I wonder.
So looking to sort things out right now on the penalties. Face-off will stay in the Hofstra defensive end. Coincidental minors right now on the board, so we're going to get some 4-on-4 hockey, more open ice out there for teams to work with. So maybe a costly scrap there, taking away the upcoming Hofstra power play, as instead we'll get some even strength hockey 4-on-4. Face off to the right side of Markoulis, taken by Columbia, but then poked right off the stick and out of the zone. Circling back is Wei Wu, looking to get a pass forward to Cotton, but instead sent down. Saucer feed over to the far side for the Pride. Now trying to send this in, looking for Van Aaron. Wei Wu up to the task, but turned over. Van Aaron takes it into the slot, driven right back away, then forced off the puck. Good defensive play there by Columbia, and allows them to move forward. Chance on, here's a pass across, right on the doorstep, they score. Tic-tac-toe they go, and the benefactor is Cal Robinson. It's now 7-5.
And that just takes the winds out of your sails. You had all the momentum in this period. Completely outscoring. That's Columbia's first goal of the period, as surprising as that may sound. And I mean, clear lane. Not enough bodies back for Hofstra.
Vizov to Cotton, and then finishing it off was Cal Robinson, his first. Coming up from the D line to convert there here on the 4-on-4. Reinstates the multi-goal lead for NYCHC. They're up 7-5. As this pass misses everyone, but winning the race was Columbia, no icing. Playing 4-on-4, here's Kadyrov. Kadyrov forces a shove away, but now it falls to Robinson. Robinson over to Cotton. He moves to a Vizov. Vizov, a veteran of the North American Hockey League with the New Jersey Titans. Titans won the championship Robertson Cup just 2 years ago. Vizov still circling. Now he gains the blue line. Takes a shove there from Chris Cuolo, forced away. Hofstra trying to get out of the reach, just barely of Saberwall, but he did get a piece. So no icing. Now Hofstra a chance to move forward. Loose puck taken by the Pride. Behind the net, circling out, looking to get it out in front. This is cleared down. If it stays out of the cage, no, it won't. Coming out to get it is Markoulis after the official waved no icing. Kadyrov. Pass deflected down, but active stick on the forecheck keeps in. Kadyrov down low. Fighting. Still there now on the near side. Taken by Avizov. Dumps in. Pinned around by Saberwall. Mix up there as Kadyrov was going to the bench for a change, but still benefits Hofstra. Pinned right back in deep. Under 6 to go here in the second. Hofstra committing a couple men here over to the right wing. It's a big hit. Referee's arm goes up. And a whistle blown. There's a penalty coming up here. Not sure who it's against. It's a roughing call. See who they escort over. It is a blue jersey. And Dan Hartshut asking for a 4-minute double minor. It is a roughing call assessed to a member of the Lions. Just 2 minutes up on the board. It is a minor. It's number 9 in the box. I will say they don't have a number 9 on their roster. So we'll see who they put this up for. They listed as Baker Fox, who is wearing number 9 tonight. That's news to me. So Fox gets 2 for roughing. And now here's Hofstra's chance on the power play that they thought they had earlier. But it comes now down 2 goals. Matarazzo in to take the draw for Hofstra to the left side. It's won by the defensive team and cleared out by who else other than Avizov. Pass move forward. Finds Matarazzo. Gains the blue line. Feeds one through to Roy, who then touches off to a teammate. A shot. That's a high one, but blocked down by Tviter. And for Hofstra here, well, this power play, they get another chance, just looking to keep the pressure back up. Face-off this time taken by the Pride. Avizov looking to get it out, but it's sent around the boards. Kinshu to it first. Wax on. Now it comes all the way back down for Hofstra, taken by Van Aren. James Van Aren in his own end. Long way to go here on the power play. Minute 35 left to go on the man advantage. It's sent around the boards. Getting it back is Matarazzo. Touch pass on, comes to the blue line. Directed near side to Roy. Roy fires, looking for a tip. And getting to that one was Tviter before it got to the stick of the Hofstra man on the doorstep. For Hofstra, they've been looking to draw that play up a couple times. It's worked, getting a man right in front of the goalie, serving both as a screen and looking to get the tip. That time, though, just unable to connect. Now Cox comes in to take the draw. Face-off one forward by Cox. Quisquolo keeps in at the blue line. Sent back around by Hofstra. That's Feza down there, fighting in the sticks. Over to the near side. Battle for it, a couple of checks being thrown. Still down there. This is good for Columbia. Kills some time off. Here's a shot. And getting to that was Tviter. About 51 or so seconds left to go on this Hofstra power play. As trying to hop over the bench for a change was Robinson, but the official says no dice. Got to stay on. Some tired legs out there for Columbia here on this draw. Cox wins it and fires. Defensive stick knocked it wide. Kinzer Off the boards now to Kadyrov. Kadyrov looking to move on, now finds a teammate. Back to Chris Cuolo. Thinks about a shot, rips one. That goes wide past the blocker side. Mix up there. Now a shorthanded break here for Columbia. Here's Avizov. Feeds on to Kinshu. Pad stop. What a save by Markoulis while shorthanded, or while on the power play. Long pass looking for Feza, disrupted. Falls now to Wei Wu. Wei Wu on the stride. Tries to deke around Chris Cuolo. That does not work out, but still finds its way to the boards with Nick Currents. Hofstra on the puck, now gets it over to the right wing to Kadyrov with room to rumble. Either that's Rook. Rook knocked away from him. Mismatch units there as now the penalty's killed. Puck stuck in the netting, and it's now called frozen. We'll get an offensive zone draw coming up for Hofstra. 3:15 left to go here in the period. 7-5 the score for NYCHC. The scoring has settled down considerably since the first period. 9 goals in the first, just a handful here in the second. Not to say that it's been a slow period by any means. A lot of action here. Now a late change. A winger coming on for Columbia. That's Johnny Cotton. Off the draw, player tripped up, no call coming. Looked like he just got his skates mixed up with each other. Now the puck falls to Cotton. Played over by Rook, was looking for Roy, couldn't connect. Now falls to Avizov. Avizov with some speed down the right wing, passing on, looking into the slot for Cotton. Did not work out. Now a chance for Rook. Jake Rook brings it in. Lost it on the forehand, now to a shot from Schnatter, patted aside. Still in the offensive zone for Hofstra. That's down low now. Over to the wing and now cleared out. Attempted by Columbia. A big hit alongside the play. Bringing it up is Avizov. Avizov hit 1-on-4 right now. Try to pass out in front, nobody there. A stick check, brought it right through from Cotton. But pouncing on it is Markoulis. Well, something that's flown under the radar here in this game is the goaltending change made by Hofstra. As a rough start to the game for Sikora, they made the change to Markoulis. He settled in really nice. Only allowed 2 goals, giving Hofstra a chance to come back in this one. They were within 1 at one point. Now it's only a 2-goal game, slowing down this offense. Now here's a break for Hofstra. Bringing it forward is Van Aaron. Van Aaron dangles in. He rips it, fires, he scores! James Van Aaron, turnover, breakaway, rips it home. Take a look back at that one. He just forced the breakaway, and then he had all the time in the world moving the puck, waiting for the goalie to make a move, opened up the 5-hole, took advantage, and James Van Aaron, the freshman, leaves his impact. It's back to a 1-score game. Great stick there to force that turnover, and then the burst of speed for Van Aaron. Hofstra right back in this one. It's 7-6, but now looking for the answer is Cotton. Cotton gives back. Hofstra able to clear this one out. Maybe a loose puck, hustling to it. Now the pink shirts are on it. Matarazzo tried to bring in. That's called offside, much to the disbelief of Frank Feza. Minute 53 left to go in period number 2. James Van Aaron has just made this a 1-goal game. Officials signal that now comes to a near side draw rather than far side. Matarazzo in to take it for Hofstra. He gets possession, moves right into the attacking zone. Knocked away from him, though, and brought forward by Cotton. Cotton over to the far side. Looks to bring a pass through to Avizov. Clearing attempt gets to the blue line, but now this one bounces through. Chance for Hofstra, 2-on-1. Here they come. Feza fires. He scores! Frank Feza rips it home, and we are tied at lucky number 7. This game just does not seem to slow down. Another turnover. Sources that one. A 2-on-1 break. Feza took the shot, decided not to give it off, and I think that was a wise decision. Just fires it home, knocks Feeder's water bottle off the roof. 14 goals in this game, and we are tied up at 7. Face-off taken by Chris Cuolo off the loose puck. Now it finds its way to Timur Kadyrov. Kadyrov rips. That one just missed high over the crossbar. Baker Fox trying to get it out. Pinned in by Hofstra. A reach around. Appeals for a penalty. Referee says no. Chris Cuolo at the blue line. Knocked around here looking for Cox. Cox still fighting for it. This wing has been a trench battle zone all night long. So now it falls forward. Long range shot easily gloved down and held onto by Spiro Markoulis. And mentioning that right wing for the Hofstra offense has just been a battle zone. Never easy to move the puck along there, but when they do, they're rewarded big time. A couple goals resulting off plays that sourced from attack down the right wing. Face-off coming up to the left side of Spiro Markoulis. It's one over to the boards. Hofstra able to bring it out. Directed over to the near side right in front of us. Del Panino drives in. Puck took a deflection there from Van Aaron, no icing. Falls now to Robinson. Robinson on the near side. Passing across, finds its way over to Kinshu. Kinshu moves over to Wei Wu. Wei Wu fires off the leg of Del Panino in front. Trying to clear, Wei Wu keeps in. Nice stick check, breaks over the other way. Hofstra has a odd man rush if they hurry. Cox takes it himself, he fires just past the glove side. Great opportunity to get out in front. Still with a good chance here. Pass looking out in front. Bounces off his stick, goes wide. And that brings us to the end of the second period. But what a period it was. Several goals in it. Hofstra able to draw even. 7-7. Final period of regulation coming up on the other side here on the LA Sports Network. Third and final period of regulation here between the Hofstra Pride and NYCHC. Welcome back on the Ally Sports Network. My name is Ian Binky. Should be a phenomenal final period between these two teams. Hofstra, after trailing 6-3 in the opening 20 minutes, they were able to even it up in the second 20, and they look for the winner in the third as Kadyrov sends in from the red line, and Hofstra trying to pin in something deep. Instead, it's flipped out and brought forward that time by Kinshu. Avizov, taken away from him, a physical play over on the boards, but still move forward to Fox. Right in front, looking for Yerkes, but he couldn't quite settle it down right in the slot. Over to Kadyrov on the wing. Sharp angle shot, bounced off a defender. That was Wei Wu. Hofstra behind the net. Bring it back out to the point. Chris Cuolo fires through some traffic. Able to get to it was Feeder. Still in the corner. Wei Wu trying to clear. Now able to do so. Falls forward to Avizov. Avizov 1-on-2. He skates in. On the forehand. Glides around. Passed off the boards. Clever play. But it just went through everyone. Then a player out in front stood up. Avizov past a couple defenders. Then another. Leaves off now to Robinson. Delayed penalty coming up against Hofstra. 6-on-5 for Columbia. Poke forward, and now heading to the box is a Hofstra player, and the first power play of the night for Columbia comes early in the third period. Not exactly what Hofstra drew up there. It was a promising start with the first attacking possession, but a cross-check against Matt Casola sends Hofstra short-handed here just past the opening minute. Again, this is the first game of the season for Columbia. Their first season as well. It's a member of the AAU, not in the ACHA this season. Fished across to Wu. A shot takes deflection, goes wide. Rebound falls over to Kinshu, far side. Over to Avizov. Avizov back to Kinshu, battling for it. Hofstra committing a couple men to the puck. Trying to direct it out to the point to Wei Wu. Taken away from Avizov and cleared out. Puck finds its way to Matarazzo, dances around, but still able to recover is Robinson. Now falls his way to Matarazzo. Backhand shot goes through the crease. Good forecheck there while short-handed. Matarazzo just stalling out the attack. 1:15 to go on the power play. Kinshu pass eludes him, trickles through all the way to Markoulis, passes off and clears down. Time continues to tick here on the penalty against Matt Casola for cross-checking. Slow developing play now finds its way to Robinson. 2-on-2 through neutral. Robinson gives off to Avizov. Avizov sets up. Now he's got the puck back on his stick. Avizov walks in. Plays it off the boards. Back to the blue line with Cotton. To Wei Wu. Wei Wu right in the slot to Robinson. Fires, and that one misses. Still pinned in by Avizov. Nice poke check there by Chris Cuolo. Hofstra fighting to get it out. Van Aaron kicks, can't do it. Avizov, strong forehand glide over to Wu. Passes across, and tic-tac-toe goal. William Kinshu left wide open. Great movement on the pass, and it's a power play strike to get NYCHC back on top. That's the second tic-tac-toe goal they've had tonight. This one on the power play. Wu right in front to Kinshu. All he had to do was get the goalie Markoulis to commit, and once he did, he had a lot of real estate to put that in. So back with their noses out in front are Columbia. It's 8-7. Now Hofstra right back to full strength, looking to get back on the scoreboard, but they have to fight this off first. Bringing in is Cotton. He just dumps in, looks to get it back. Sent around the boards. Hofstra able to get it out. Nice move. Looks like that's Matarazzo, but now taken away. Pass comes through, finds Avizov. He's onside, let it trickle in. Avizov forced aside by Chris Cuolo. Still down low behind the net. Kept in by Cotton. Rather, that's Saberwall. Deflected pass comes all the way back. No icing off the deflection. Chasing back is Baker Fox for Columbia. Pass forward to Saberwall. Takes it to the far side, glides in, and stops. Lost the puck as he did it. Baker Fox circles back. Pass slowly moves over to Kinshu, who dumps in. Deflected pass. Falls to the stick of number 22 in blue. That's William Kinshu. Falls over to Hofstra, but they can't develop anything on the far side. Back to Kinshu. Tries to get it around a defender. Taken down to the ice. Clean check there. Now developing play for a Hofstra. Pass to Feza doesn't work out. Now he forces a turnover. Pass comes through right in front. Nobody there in pink. And it comes back now. Dumped in by Nick Currents. The clock continues to run. After trailing by a goal here, the third period on the LI Sports Network. As this pass deflected by Feza into the zone. Robinson retreats for Columbia. A whiff pass. Still kept in by Chris Del Panino. Finds his way to Feza. Feza on the backhand. Chips it over to himself, far side. Feza gets to the forehand, fires. Pad stopped by Tveter. Attempted clear, just gets past Kinzer. Del Panino has to go back. Passes forward to Feza. Feed over, looking for the stick of Matarazzo. Miscue there, but then clearing attempt. Now finally gets out. Del Panino dips in. Comes around, Feza trying to chase it, but Wu gets to it. Over near side. Long stretch here without a whistle. Spilling to the ice was Avizov. Forces NYCHC backwards. Clearing attempt, slows, rolls on net. Coming out to play it is Markoulis. Would not have been icing. Here's Cox. Cox fights off a stick check, moves forward. Cox into the slot, holds and fires. The shot misses, glove side, rebound, still there, they score! Following up the loose puck, it's Casola. We're tied back up at 8. That's why you always follow up the play. The initial shot from Cox missed well wide off the glass, but committing on the play was Tveter, left the goal wide open. A bouncing puck off the end boards, found Matt Casola, all the time in the world, made no mistake, and it's now tied at 8. Well, we said this was a period that you would not want to miss, and so far that's proving to be true. NYCHC got some distance, but Hofstra closed the gap. It's an 8-8 hockey game. 16 goals in this one. Just an absolute ridiculous pace. Hofstra looking to clear. Cannot get around the stick of Kinshu in the neutral zone. Hofstra forced backwards again, but now they have it near far side. Pass intercepted, but now moved forward to Roy. Roy still in it, and a shot, just getting a piece was Tveter. Puck still there. Falls to the far side. Rook resets it to Chris Cuolo. Rook on the boards. He gets it around a stick check, now to Roy. Roy behind the net, looking to get it out in front. Roy spins, he fires. That one went off the shoulder of Tveter. Bring it up with the motor is Kinshu. Kinshu on the glide, backhand drive. He's knocked down, penalty coming up against Hofstra. And now they touch up. Upset with the call is Chris Cuolo, but he's guilty of tripping. And now Hofstra back to the penalty kill with 13:01 left to go in the third. Tough penalty to take there for Chris Cuolo. Didn't like the call. He felt that the attacker, Kinshu, wiped out on his own, but he helped him down just a little bit with the stick. Now heading back to the main advantage is Columbia. They scored their 8th goal of the game on the power play. Look for their 9th right here. Wu at the blue line fires. Friendly fire, that time off of Robinson. Trying to get it out was Hofstra, but kept in. Far side possession, here's Kinshu. Kinshu waits on his forehand, leaves off for a teammate. That's Avizov. Avizov back to Kinshu. Kinshu now to Cotton. Avizov fires. That handcuffs Markoulis. Fortunately for him, rebound down the corner. One bounce is down. Chance for Hofstra, short-handed. Here's Matarazzo. Matarazzo rips. And a pad stop by Tveter. Great chance, short-handed. Another one. Matarazzo fires, trickles. It goes in. Matarazzo scores. And for the first time tonight, Hofstra is in the lead. How about that one? Just a fire right off the turnover. Tveter got about 85% of that puck, but the remaining 15% was enough for it to just roll past the goal line. And for the first time tonight, it's the Pride in the lead, 9-8. Short-handed goal for Matarazzo. That is his first short-handed goal of the season. Second short-handed goal for Hofstra this year. Just a back-and-forth affair. As there's still time to kill here on the penalty. Minute 16 to be exact. As this one is just sent back in deep. Hofstra, good forechecking skills here, forces a turnover. It's Kadyrov on the puck. Passes back, then this one sent out to neutral, and it takes a bounce over to Kadyrov far side. Timur Kadyrov fires, that one misses wide. Rebound is strong enough to find Kinzer in the neutral zone. He passes over to Hartshut, who just whizzes this one around the boards. Hofstra will pin in here short-handed. Kinzer sends around the dasher. Back to Kadyrov, but now bounces the other way. 2-on-2 opportunity, but miscue on the pass, falls to Hofstra. They choose to pass over to Kadyrov. The pass doesn't work out. Now it falls to Robinson, but his pass behind everyone, and an icing call with 1:01 to go on the penalty and 11:18 to go on the big board here. Face-off coming up here. It's won by Hofstra. They pin in here short-handed. Matarazzo down low, wrapped around. This is just good work on the penalty kill. Using this as a chance to generate offense for Hofstra, but now move forward by Robinson. Robinson fires. A slow rolling shot goes wide. Del Panino on it, looking to flip it out. Out of the box is Chris Cuolo as his team advances on the attack. Here's a shot. It's poked in. Tveter thought he had it, but it goes through his pads. Hofstra a 10 spot and a 2-goal lead. That one goes to Van Aaron, his second goal of the night. Just followed up on the play, poked it right through the pads, right through the 5-hole. Again, Tveter thought he had him sealed, but just enough daylight between the two pads to poke through. And Hofstra, now things going their way in this one. Couple of goals in a row. It's 10-8. And if you're just tuning in and looking at the score, Rise do not deceive you. This is not a football score. 10-8 hockey game between Hofstra Pride and formerly the Columbia Lions, now the New York Collegiate Hockey Club. Neutral zone draw off the goal. Won by Hofstra. They try to move forward now with Feza. Feza tries to feed a pass through, looking for Van Aaron. Still get it in, though. At the blue line, Hartshut sends around. Pass through, looking for Matarazzo. No-look pass around the boards, going to find its way over to Van Aaron. Van Aaron back to Hartshut. Pass works its way through, over to Kinshu. Kinshu into the opposite corner. Waits for his team to provide some support. This one sent over to the right wing. Driving in is Schulman. Schulman controls. Passes back to Kinshu, but that pass falters. Comes over to Feza here in pink. Nice stretch pass to find Matarazzo. Almost caught Saberwall a little bit flat-footed. Pass right out in front. Here's a shot going high, and somewhere that puck is frozen in the gear of Tveter. It's a really good chance for Hofstra right in front. Tried to go high with the shot. Looked like it almost caught the mask of Tveter, as now he will go to readjust the straps on his mask. Indeed, it did go off the cage. Has to get it reset. 9:39 left to go in the third. The Hofstra Pride have rallied from behind in this hockey game to make it 10-8. Defensive zone draw taken by NYCHC and move forward to Avizov. Brendan Avizov already with a hat trick here in this game. Stalled there. Here's a shot. Shoulder to side by Markoulis. Markoulis behind his net. Risky play here to play the puck. Turned over behind his net. He has to scramble back between the pipes. Spinning around, and a nice poke check to take that away. Great defensive play by Chris Coelho. Kick play by Roy to disrupt that breakout. Joey Schnatter just sends in. Now move forward to Kinshu. Kinshu tries to glide, leaves to Avizov. Avizov fires, trickles through, and then right on the doorstep, unable to poke it home was Kinshu. Hofstra trying to clear, and they do. And now a chance for Roy. The puck just rolls past him, but Roy dives to prevent a breakout the other way. Great effort from the veteran. Kinshu passes it over to Avizov. Avizov right in the slot. Passes across to Wei Wu. Wei Wu, a backhanded pass right in the slot, and it found a pink jersey first. A shot that time patted aside by Markoulis. Goes over to the far side boards. Whacked through, dangerous play, directed into the corner. Roy flips out of there. He uses this as a chance to get off the ice, and no icing. And I'm going to say that they could have had a chance to play it, did Columbia. Pass through the legs. This one comes all the way down into the Hofstra end. Defense able to play it there. Stalling. Now flipping forward to Cox. Cox gives off for a pass that time to Kadyrov. Taking that in front, and they score! Kadyrov from the pass behind the net, and it's 11-8. They're testing the LED lights on the scoreboard here, as this was just a great pass from behind the net from Jordan Cox right in front to Timur Kadyrov, waiting for the pass. All he had to do was get a stick on it, and it headed into the net. Just an offensive showcase between these two teams. A dizzying 19 goals in this game. And trying to settle things down are the Columbia Lions. They're calling timeout. They've had several goals in a row scored against them. They want to stop the bleeding. Take this opportunity to recap this third period, as Kinshu opened the scoring on the power play, as it was actually a cross-checking minor against the goalie Spiro Markoulis. Not every day you see that, but since then, it's just been non-stop action for the Hofstra Pride. A goal from Casola, a shorthanded goal from Matarazzo, a power play goal from James Van Aaron, and then the goal from Timur Kadyrov. 4 in a row for the team wearing pink tonight on Pink the Rink night. It's just been non-stop action. And good action here in the third period for the Hofstra Pride. Once again, if you're just tuning in, you missed a really good game here on Pink the Rink night, sponsored by the Mena Singer Foundation. 19 goals. It looked like in the first period that NYCHC was going to run away with this one, but Hofstra has proved their resilience and clawed their way back to a tie game and then eventually into the lead here against the new club in NYCHC in their first ever game as a member of the AAU. Here's Avizov playing across to Kinshu. Now have to play it back. Pass found its way to Avizov. Now left off to Cotton, but comes the other way. Wu has to go fetch this puck near side. Cotton, pass intercepted, looking for Avizov. It's now just disjointed our NYCHC in the neutral zone, unable to get things going on the attack. They're trying to bring it out with Wu. Wu through neutral. A shot goes well high, then settles its way into the netting. See if this puck is frozen. It is. And a face-off coming up on the inside of the Hofstra defensive zone. It's a couple times now in this game that the puck has gotten caught in the netting this side of the ice. Wonder if there's something up with the netting, just not quite taut enough. Either way, Hofstra will take it. A chance to catch a breather, prepare for the defensive zone draw. Quick infraction against Hofstra. Tried it again. To the left side of Markoulis. Winning the draw for NYCHC is Kinshu. Here's a shot. Bounces off someone in front. That one sounded painful. There's a one-timer from Wu. Pad stop Markoulis, and he falls on top. And now tempers flaring once again. That one right in the eyesight of the referee. Not going to get away with that one. As Avizov, maybe some frustrations boiling over. He heads to the box, but alongside with him is Casola, who's slowly skating over to the box now. As the referees are informing the scores table what the penalties are here. Looks like we're getting 4-on-4 action coming up as Casola and Avizov taken off. Probably coincidental roughing minors here. Well, a cross check goes up against Avizov. Then probably a rough against Casola. Still discussing things. Hartshut wanted an explanation. But 4-on-4 is the call from the head official. And the face-off will stay in the attacking zone for the Lions. Couple of penalties with 6:46 left to go here in the third. Hofstra looking to close out what would be a really quality win. Face off on the other side. A miss drop by the referee. They tried again. A small smile discussing things with Kinshu. And now the redraw won by Hofstra. Chris Cuolo looking to clear. It's pinned in. Long range shot from Saberwall goes wide. All right, falls here to Hofstra. Chris Cuolo, long pass right on the tape of Matarazzo. Matarazzo passes over to Van Aren. Van Aren drives in, stopped by the pad of Tveter. Over to the near side. Here's a long-range dump in from Cotton. Patted aside for good measure by Markoulis. Spinning is Van Aren there far side. Now passes to Matarazzo near side. In the zone. Matarazzo looking to get it back to Van Aren. He does. Now it's caught up in the corner. Driving in. Here's Van Aren. Van Aren fires. That one found the glove of Tveter. Spilled it for a moment, but held on. Take a quick look back at that one. Just a play that developed innocently enough there. Van Aren and Matarazzo playing catch. Found its way to Matarazzo right in front. Actually, that one actually caught the inside of the post. Couldn't hear the signature tink of the iron, but it did beat him glove side and bounced out. Pass across, looking for Kinzer, but couldn't find him. Kadyrov, a nice stick check, finds its way back to Kinzer's stick. Kinzer takes it to the boards. Push there for good measure by Saberwall. Behind the net for Hofstra. Bring it back to Del Panino. Del Panino sends around. Man there for the Pride. Now skating back as NYCHC look to lead a charge, but once again, a good stick disrupts the initial play. Still brought forward. Here's Kinshu. Kinshu fires. Shot knocked down by Kinzer. Rebound bounces in, but right to the glove of an aware Markoulis. So again, just Markoulis has been so steady in net since coming in. He's provided that consistency that Hofstra had been looking for since they went down early in this game. He came on after 5 goals were allowed in the first period by Sikora. Since then, he's been smooth. Only 3 past him. Head of steam here, far side for Feza. Feza tries to drive in, couldn't find a lane. Coughs it up now to Robinson. Robinson halted by Kadyrov. Now Robinson looking to move forward. Robinson passes through to Currents. Nick Currents rips one, stick save by Markoulis. Behind the net here, chasing it down. The Pride trying to drag it out. Still pinned in there far side. Moving near side, right to the point. Now Hofstra brings out. Could be a chance for an odd man rush. Nice diving play by Feza. He moves in. Frank Feza fires. Couldn't find an angle. Feeder closed it off. Puck bounces now for Columbia. They have a chance to break. A nice diving play once again by Feza. Takes the chance away from Nicholas Chang. Chance for Rook. He shoots. Pass deflected. Blocked down by Robinson. Heading up the other way is Kinshu. Kinshu drags in. Dekes around one, but Chris Cuillo forces him far side boards. Hartshut knocks that down. Around the boards with under 4 to go. This dump comes down. It is icing. Hartshut was arguing for a deflection, but his team has a defensive draw to deal with here with 3:49 left. Hofstra still sitting on 4 straight goals here, looking to close it out with this 11-8 scoreline. Hofstra trying to seal off the shot off the draw. Instead, they win it. That closes that up right away. Wu keeps in, but then Roy pokes out of there. Sent back in. Columbia, though, was offside. Here's a shot, or rather a pass, that comes all the way through. Roy at the blue line. Looks to move it back up. Roy down low. Tries to get a pass through to Rook. Couldn't connect. It comes all the way back down towards Markoulis. Dan Hartshut in his own zone. Here's Roy flipping on. Pass couldn't connect, but found its way back to Hartshut, who dumps in. Wu sends around for Columbia. This comes through everyone. This could be icing, and it is. So now Columbia still needing to go the length of the ice with 3:01 left. For Hofstra, though, they just can't get too busy watching the clock. Some time in the offensive zone would work wonders here. Just work towards frustrating Columbia, forcing them into a mistake and another insurance goal perhaps. 3-goal lead now for the Pride. That's face-off is a tie-up. Almost gotten back to Van Aren, but now it falls the other way to Kinshu. Kinshu drives in one-on-one. Kinshu rips, and nice stop by Markoulis. Shut it off far side before he could get the angle. Just another great stop from Spiro Markoulis. So cool under pressure. Again, only allowing 3 goals in a shootout in a game like this. Definitely something you cannot complain about. Another defensive zone draw to deal with. This one gotten out. Now a chance to move forward for Hofstra. Here's Feza. Feza on the forehand, passing through, looking for Van Aren. He's sitting on 2 goals. Instead, he takes to the boards. Circles around on the backhand, looking to get a pass through to Matarazzo, and that's knocked down. Back to Van Aren at the blue line. Through the legs, finds its way over to Del Panino. His shot, gloved down and held on to by Tveter. And it is important to note that Columbia already used their timeout. So if there's another one called here, it would be by the Pride, likely to just get defenders some rest if there's a long shift. But right now they can cycle the lines. 4th line coming out there with Anish Suri, Christian Maurer, and also taking the draw that time was Cam Kelly. The shot off the draw goes wide. Closing in is Kelly, playing around to Maurer. Maurer bounces the pass off of Kelly, right in front, looking for Suri. He knocks the pass down. Looking to get that one out in front to Maurer. Suri couldn't find him. Pass cut off by Robinson. Now it finds its way to Suri behind the net. Suri alone, works it back to Kinzer at the point. Kinzer walks in, fires. That's gloved down. And getting the whistle is Tveter. As some more disagreement between players here near side. And it looks like on the tail end of this, Hofstra is going to get a power play. Another player heading to the box for Columbia. Costly penalty brings them short-handed. And if they are going to try to come back here the last minute 49, they have to do it a man down. Face-off won by Hofstra. A shot from Roy. Oh, it missed the goal. Tveter wasn't sure where it was. Pass just eludes all the sticks. Comes back to Kinzer in the neutral zone. Penalty is Nick Currents for roughing. So he's gone for the remainder of regulation. Puck pinned in by Hofstra over to Kinzer. Kinzer feeds a pass through, looking for a one-timer, missed everyone. This one comes through over to Van Aaron. Directs down to Roy. Roy passes through. He was looking for another one-timer, couldn't link up. So it kept in at the blue line. Nice play by Dylan Kinzer. Directed on. Looking into the slot. Unable to control was Van Aaron. He brings back. This one cycled right through in the face-off dot. A shot. Missing short side was Matarazzo. Rebound comes all the way down, but Hofstra does not mind. Final minute of regulation, now down to 45 seconds. Long pass intercepted. Chance to break here for Kinshu, shorthanded. Kinshu on the forehand glide. Drive out in front, they score. Johnny Cotton cashes in on the doorstep, and it's back to a 2-goal game. Perhaps a case of too little too late, still 32 seconds. But a pass right on, and right out of Kinshu's stick in the corner, he found Cotton sitting and waiting. As now Hofstra backs to the wall a little bit, 32 seconds left, an 11-9 game. 20 goals now officially in this one. An outrageous pace. We keep moving. Trying to move through is Baker Fox. He's spun down. Cox couldn't control. This one sent in. Chris Cuolo holds in his own zone. 20 seconds. He plays off around to Timur Kadyrov. Kadyrov circles back. Down at 11 left. Kadyrov walks in under 6. Kadyrov fires. That's off the outside. Puck trickles through and in. One more for good measure there on the power play. That'll increase the percentage a little bit. And I think there's probably about 0.2 seconds left on the clock. But one more for the Hofstra Pride. And they're actually just going to go ahead and forego the rest of this. Not sure if that goal is going to officially count or not. But the Hofstra Pride walk away with a big win over NYCHC. What resilience shown by this club is it looks like they are going to give that goal just before the final buzzer, and they opted to wave off the remaining 0.2 seconds of this game. But what an effort by the Hofstra Pride, going down so early in this game, then rallying back. They were down 6-3 after the opening period, and anytime you give up 6 goals in a period, usually the odds are stacked against your team. But just they kept fighting. They never gave an inch, and Hofstra is handsomely rewarded for their efforts tonight. Well, a lot of hats to toss around in this one. First off, for the Hofstra Pride, they had 2 hat tricks for themselves. Timur Kadyrov with that last millisecond goal. He got to 3 goals on the night alongside James Van Aaron. He got 3 tallies on the night alongside the first period hat trick from Brandon Avizov. Just great effort all over the ice tonight, but it was Hofstra with the endurance and with the legs to leg out a victory here in Freeport. Hofstra is back in action on Sunday night. Rather, yeah, they're back in action really soon here are the Pride. After this victory, they move to 5-3 on the year. They're back in action on Sunday on the road down in New Jersey to face Rutgers. That should be a really tough test, but they're back at home next Saturday to face the D2 side from Farmingdale. Always a big rivalry. When those two teams meet up, it's one you won't want to miss. Either be here on the LI Sports Network or in person at the Bubble. In the meantime, that's going to wrap things up here from Freeport. For everyone here at the LI Sports Network, my name is Ian Binky. Have a fantastic rest of your Friday night. And in the meantime, take care.